Okay, today we are talking about showmanship on the international standard floor, because unlike the smooth, the rhythm, the Latin, we don't get the added element of using our arms to make shapes. We are making a shape, but it is generally circular with the partner. We're not out here doing crazy stuff. So what can I do to stand out that has really nothing to do with the dancing? Well, for starters, let's talk about the walk-up. So when we walk out onto the comp floor or the show floor, I want to pretend like I have hopefully you can see this, a convex front instead of a concave front or a planar front. Okay, I do that. Lead or follow doesn't matter. I'm going to jut the sternum ahead of the feet, and the head carriages slightly back, it's not leaning in. And my arms are slightly ahead of the body instead of planar. At all times, whether we're walking out, rolling out, walking off, dancing, I also want you to think about you are a moving picture. So it's somewhat like looking at a bodybuilding contest. So they could be flexing and just doing this, but they're isometric exercises at all times, whether I'm doing a walk up, a roll out, a roll out. I'm always thinking about like I'm posing on that bodybuilding stage. It's always a pose. Competition, performance is just a series of pictures. And the more pretty pictures you take from the second you walk on the floor to the second you walk off, the more marks you're gonna get. And some comps in Europe, when you got a ton of first rounders, they're literally making marks as you're walking onto the floor or walking off. Every second matters. Especially as a competitor in a performance, you need to hedge every bet you can. So when we walk out, we're thinking isometric arms, hands ahead, poofy chest. The lead is going to place his girl, and then he will go around her, as opposed to we never just want to like place her or spin her with us. Ballroom dance is a traditional sport, so I want to have etiquette. The lead is going to place the follow and then walk away whatever angle he wants. Okay, even in this stance where I haven't even started walking up yet, I don't have a planar front. I'm still thinking convex. I'm thinking isometric tone in really the whole body, but especially think about up in your sternum, in your arms. And I always want to keep my hands ahead of my body. I never want them behind. When you're walking out, don't swing them. This is going to always be a more attractive, suck the judge and audience eyes to you look than this. And certainly this is not going to cut it. It's not making the most of your dancing and your showmanship. So we'll show the walk up. Notice both the chests and the toned arms. So let's go ahead and do a walk up. And I'm still toned, and I'm still toned. Okay, another suggestion while you're dancing. You can go too high in the arms, but as long as you don't engage the shoulders, it's better to be too high than flat or, heaven forbid, too low. So let's show that. And I'll have my back to the camera here, so here, and let's just do like a hesitation, just side. So I don't want to be here. I'm going to go too high. We'll both go too high again, not with the shoulders, just with the elbows. You're still going to get superior results with too high than too low. This just attracts people's eyes to you. Half the battle in a show and a comp is just keeping people paying attention to you, okay? Next suggestion, whenever you make a mistake, and reality check, you're gonna make a mistake. Nothing ever goes perfect in the comp. Do not telegraph that with your face. Okay, so let's show a challenge line and let's have a little freak out. Even worse, do not look at your partner or scold your partner. Okay, as a judge, we've all been dancers. The last thing we want to see is a fight. We want to see joy. And if you ain't feeling it, I ain't feeling it. I don't care how good they dance, you're not going to get that call back. Now this time we're going to go ahead and don't use your standing leg action. We're going to make a mistake, but our little trick is think about laughing out loud at your worst moment, okay? They can't look at everything. If they happen to look and they see that joyful look on your face, and they assume you slayed it. So we're going to show that. Okay, so I want an even more joyful expression. It's going to hide a lot of sins, okay? Next step on the rollout. Same thing we worked on in the walkout. I always want my hands ahead of my body, not to the side, and never behind. And this is for both man and lady. Show what that looks like. We'll do bad first. And let's just go ahead and do double reverse in the rollout. And I'm swap 4, 5, 6. And you let her go. She's gonna walk out or spin out, really doesn't matter. Notice my hands are ahead and up, not down, not holding a giant basketball. Fingers are together for both man and lady, and toned as opposed to desperate claw hands. And the palms are up, receiving, rather than submissive. And it's not like ballet. Ladies, do not do this business. You don't bow. We are gonna curtsy with our legs, but we still have tone in the arms. We still have palms up, but we have tone up, and I'm still thinking, hopefully we can see from the side, even in a curtsy, I'm still forward with this, not straight. Forward and out. Same thing for the man. And leads, when you roll her out, go ahead and stay slightly behind her so that she's the superstar, not you. Again, this goes back to etiquette, okay? And I need you to extend your hand to her, the free hand, however far forward she goes, so she can see it. And we'll show bad first. We'll just go ahead and roll out. And now I can't see his arm. I have no idea what's going. Do I stay? Do I rise up? I don't know. I'm lost. And now we'll show with a little bit of a visual for her to know what the heck's going on. I'm going to roll out. And oh, I can see it plain as day. Okay. And then we finish by that strong walk off. So again, isometric, you're in a bodybuilding contest, walking off that floor. So we have tone all the way through, and then I always recommend, Latin or standard, doesn't matter, collecting the legs before we walk off, as opposed to a normal human body is gonna walk like that. On 2 tracks, I'm still partnering, I'm with the partner. We now have 2 legs instead of 4 legs, okay? So we'll go ahead and walk that towards the camera. We're tracking our legs. And when you go off the floor, don't bother with this. Just keep the hands ahead and tracking. Good. And I would take heel leads the walk on and the walk off. So those are some showmanship bits that we can use in the standard dances to show well, and this will help you regardless of how bad you think your dancing is.